It is John Dodson, who is now 2-0 in BKFC, 2 first-round finishes. John Dodson, tell me, I mean, are you loving this sport or what? Because you are fitting right in.
Well, absolutely. I'm loving the fact that I keep on knocking everybody out and silencing the critics. Everybody who keeps on thinking that I'm not built for fighting anymore, who's like, oh, John should have retired, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they keep on proving everybody wrong so far. So making everybody wonder why I'm still not in the talks of being a champion and one of the greats of all time.
I love it, man. I love it. You were definitely addressed as Chris. So talk to you about this latest win over Jared Grant. I mean, a former champ, right? I mean, so this has got to be meaningful. I mean, if not to silence the critics, maybe for you. I mean, I don't know how anybody can doubt you if you beat a former champion.
Yeah, like for me going out there beating up Jared Grant is like an amazing feeling for me because the fact that he was a former champion, and I'm still telling everybody that I'm going to go ahead and be the flyweight champion. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm making sure I can make a title run for. And not only that, I'm trying to go ahead and go for Rizin to next. So whoever they give me for MMA, I'm going to go out there and bust some heads.
I love it, man. You got two sports going on well. Let me. The thing that I've noticed about this run that you're on right now, man, the speed and the aggression that you're showing right now, it's crazy. It just seems like I don't know, you're fighting as good as you ever have. So I mean, where's this coming from? Is this some kind of new freedom, some kind of new mental approach? Because like I said, the speed and aggression is phenomenal.
Oh man, I'm just getting back into the teaching aspect of it. So getting back to helping out my students, making sure that they want to go ahead and compete in the same levels I have. They are pushing me to go ahead and try out new things and make sure I lead by example instead of just sitting there being that guy like, hey, you guys need to go ahead and do this, and do that, and back in my day I did these things. No, now they got somebody who's digging in the trenches with them, leading by example and showing, hey, this shit works.
I love it. I wonder too. I mean, obviously, you know, the UFC is still the biggest organization in the sport, of course, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like there's maybe a pressure that comes along with being there. To me, it just looks to me like you've got some freedom in the way you're doing things, man. I mean, is there like some kind of pressure off your shoulders, or I don't know? Does it feel different right now?
Well, it does feel different because now I'm not worried about losing my job. Like when I was in the fighting in the UFC, like constantly, every time that if I had a bad performance, I was like, man, I might lose my job. I got to go ahead and keep it, secure victories, and do this and do that. And now I just worry about just having fun and knocking people out again.
You're doing it great, man. It's been fun to watch. So this was what I didn't know about this was originally supposed to be Reggie Barnett. Was that the plan? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight Reggie Barnett for the title. Like my goal was to go ahead and come back to Albuquerque with the new shiny little belt after I got done and beat him Hideo Tokoro out in Rising because they're like, hey, do you want to fight for the title? I was like, absolutely. The biggest event for Bare Knuckle is Knuckle Mania, making a title fight. Let's do it. I was running this. I want to make sure I can hold this strap and get the flyweight inaugural championship belt around my waist, and then they hit me with the oop de as soon as I got back from Japan. They're like, yeah, Reggie doesn't want to take the fight. I was like, what? So you're gonna fight Jerry Grant? I was like, for the title, they're like, for the number one contendership to fight for the title. I was like, that's stupid. Just give me the belt. I was like, you guys are delaying the inevitable. No matter who I'm fighting, I'm gonna beat them and I'm gonna knock them out and I'm gonna come out the victor. So whoever they're gonna put in front of me, they're just gonna get laid out. First round knockouts. So I'm all trying to go for.
I love it. Well, clearly the number one contender now. Reggie is fighting in March. I guess. I mean, you've got to be next in line for the belt. I imagine, like they said, it's number one. So, do you care if it's him or not? I mean, like has this become personal? The fact that this fight didn't happen. Like, do you care at all, or is it really just about the belt?
That's just really about the belt. And like he can sit there and pretend like he didn't know my name when he was talking about doing his little interview about, yeah, I want to go down to flyweight, do this and that, blah blah blah. UFC fighters, yeah. His track record against going against UFC fighters isn't really too good. He fought one UFC fighter that I've already knocked out completely, sent him back to Ohio. He lost him twice. First time he got knocked out. Second time he got beat, just one-sided butt whooping for 5 rounds. And Johnny Bedford made sure that he made quick work of him. Like looked like he was playing with a kid. I'll be able to do the same thing, and I'm not gonna be as nice and lenient to Reggie Barnett if I had to go ahead and fight him. So whoever they put in front of me, they can step up because I already know Reggie might say no. Like, give me somebody that's willing to participate in a butt whooping with me, and we can just go ahead and get the belt around my waist and just sit there and say, John, you are the new champion.
I love it. Well, it certainly looks like it's on the horizon, but I guess you're saying maybe Rizin as well. So, I mean, you're looking to book an MMA fight in the meantime while you wait, maybe?
Of course. I got to stay active. I got to stay busy. Time is not on my side. I don't want to be like Yo Romero and be looking all super yoked and jacked and fighting at being into my 50s. I want to go ahead and start right off into the sunset saying, yo, I came out and did what I wanted to do in mixed martial arts and combat sports. And then I just want to pass on my legacy to the next generation. That's why I got all my students that I keep on telling them, hey, you guys, if I can do this, you can do it. And they're like, oh, well, I was like, stop complaining. Let's go ahead and work.
I love it. I love it. So talk about your own training. I mean, do you like how much do you specialize ahead of an MMA fight versus ahead of a BKFC fight? Like, do you have to change the whole regimen, or you just kind of do the same thing?
It's the same thing. Man, think about it. Only thing that's different with BKFC is that I don't have to go ahead and worry about kicks and all the jiu-jitsu part of it, but we're still striking from the same distance, the same range. I have to make sure I can be outside of kicking range and explode intensively into the boxing range. So I might not be using kicks to set them up, but I still close the distance just the same.
That's awesome, man. Well, you're certainly having a lot of success at it. I guess, you said it, time's not on your side, but I mean, like, how long do you have? Have you put a set date on it, or is it just kind of how the body feels? Like, what are you thinking?
How my body feels. Can't give it no time frame like right now. Like, I still look like I'm in my 20s, and everyone's like, oh, man, you just look so. I was like, say it. Just go ahead and say, I'm getting old.
Well, we're all getting older, but John, I really do think you're fighting maybe better than ever right now, man. It's crazy. I love seeing it.
Me too. I enjoy the fact that this is like a whole new world. I'm enjoying it, going out there, crushing people, and I could possibly see myself doing this till I'm like 45, 47. But I know I don't want to take that abuse that much. I want to go ahead and pass it on to the guys.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, listen, I know you got your family there, and you're picking up kids from school and doing. I love it, staying busy all the time. So I won't take up too much of your time. But let me just ask you, I guess. So, what does this year look like for you? I mean, like you said, #1 contender. We got a title fight on March 24th. I gotta think you're getting the winner of that. But you're looking to book MMA in between. I mean, how much are you going to fight this year? How does this year play out?
As much as I can. The way that this year plays out is that I have 2 titles from 2 different organizations, around 1 each shoulder. It doesn't matter what weight classes. They can go ahead and put me at 35, 45, 125. 155 will be a heavy stretch, but I will do it if they need me to. But I will just destroy everybody that walks in front of me. I'm looking for only first round knockouts, and if I have to go ahead and do an MMA bout, it's going to be a first round finish.
I love it. Hey, listen, double champ is, obviously an impressive accomplishment, but double champ in 2 different organizations in 2 different combat sports disciplines simultaneously, that's pretty special.
Because nobody's done it yet, and the only person who has done it in a big organization was Holly Holm by sitting there holding a boxing title and then going into the UFC and becoming the UFC champion. So I want to be able to do something amazing just like that, just so I can etch my name in the furthermore of the stars. And then we can stop hearing somebody sitting there saying that the greatest combat athlete of all times with the triple C's. Then I can sit there and be like, I'm the best combat striker of all time.
I love it. Triple C gonna take some shots. Hey, there's something special in the water out there in New Mexico with those multiple sport champions. So I respect it.
All day, man. I'm gonna make sure and then I'll try to get some combat jiu-jitsu. Listen, I don't know jiu-jitsu, but it's still the part of combat. I will slap the hell out of somebody. I'll be like, where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money?
I love it. John Dodson, man, continued successes. Looking forward to what plays out this year, whether it be in Rizin, whether it be BKFC, whether it be combat jiu-jitsu, we'll be tuned in. So congratulations, and we'll see what's next.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.